Okay, welcome back, and this is a quick one. We're just going to quickly overview the tools in ProTools and some of the view options. So up at the top left, zoom out, zoom in, and that zooms in and out in time. And then there's zoom up and zoom down, and it just lets you look at the waveform in different ways. Or you can click into the file and scroll while holding the Option button down on your Mac, or Option Shift will scroll up and down for the size of the waveform. Also, underneath each track you can hover between the bottom and the next track if there was one, click and drag, and that'll make your view a lot bigger. So it's really nice when you're working on dialogue, so you can zoom right into the sample. Okay, so at the top here there's a zoom button, and you can use that to zoom in. I never use it because these are more convenient over here. Then there's the trim tool. I'm just going to go find some, just go over here past the film where we're not mucking around here. The trim tool allows you to just do that, trim. You can click in and it'll automatically trim. On the other side of the file, see, depending on where you are, it'll trim different things. If you're at the very end, it'll trim the wave, fade out. If you're in here, it'll trim the actual file. Okay, so that's the trim tool. Next is the selector tool. It's just like if you're working with regular text selection or anything else. Just want to select one word, no problem.
Kinda.
Okay, it also just acts as a place to place your cursor, so you can start. Then there's the hand tool. That allows you to move clips around in the timeline. And if you double click in with the hand tool, you can name the clip. And then you can see it actually names the clip up there. And then over on the right hand side of your screen, you can see that clip is been updated with the new name. I could then click and drag it in anywhere I want, and that's just a note for any of these files. So you can always click and drag them back into the timeline if you needed to. Okay, so then there's a pencil tool, which is a little bit more advanced. We won't deal with that today. And a scrubber tool. This is somewhat useful when you're editing. You can, with the scrubber tool, you can play audio super slow just by clicking and dragging. Think of me. Anyways, it's somewhat useful if you need it. The best thing though is these are your main editing tools, these three, and if you join them by clicking the arch above, then you're into a multi-tool, where if you look in the wave file here, if I'm at the top half, it's a selector tool. If I'm on the bottom half, it's the hand tool. If I'm at the just going to get rid of these fades so that I can show you. If I'm at the top right edge, see how it turns into a little darkened triangle square thingy? Click and drag, that becomes an automatic fade out. Click and drag at the other end, automatic fade in. The trim tools are there. If you hover near the edge or boundary of something, you can change your shapes and trims. And yeah, we already went over the selector and the hand. So that's the multi-tool. It's really fast. You should be able to get in and do some really quick edits. Just like that, you can make your top and tails. Okay, so that's it for the tools portion. Over here on the right hand side is the transport. Transport, that's where you would play and record, return to zero, the beginning, return to the end, etc. Fast forward. And that's all I want to show about tools. So in the next video, we're going to actually start working with our audio.